The green transition in Europe has already kick-started, but the war in Ukraine and our aim of reducing gas imports from Russia is an opportunity to accelerate the green transition. So far, we have always looked at gas as a transition technology, something that could help us going from coal to renewable energies. But now, because renewable energies have become really cheap and gas, in fact, is becoming more expensive, we see that we should avoid using gas as a transition technology and just jump from our current energy system to a future energy system based on renewable technologies. Furthermore, we see that being ambitious in our climate targets and following a transition path compatible with 1.5 degree of temperature increase aligns very well with increasing the energy security and reducing the gas imports from Russia. So there's no doubt we should follow this path. What we learned from our modeling is that the next step in the green transition in Europe should involve at least two main things. First, a fast and dramatic deployment of wind and solar across the whole Europe. And second, the electrification of other sectors, including heating, transportation, and also the industry, so that we can use wind and solar energy also to decarbonize those sectors. In Denmark, our targets for 2030 implies multiplying by 4 the amount of energy that we are producing with solar and with onshore wind today, and also multiplying by 5 the amount of energy that we are producing with offshore wind today. So they are ambitious and we should be able to attain them. In Europe, we have targets for 2030 included in the Repower EU strategy that involves installing 750 gigawatts of solar and around 500 gigawatts of wind. This looks ambitious, and it is, but it's also relevant to know that from our modeling, what we learn is that to be compatible with a temperature increase of 1.5 degrees, the amount of wind and solar that we need to install is even higher than that. So in short, we need to aim for deploying as much wind and solar as we can during the next decade. The energy transition has significant challenges. I would say that the most significant has to do with whether we can develop and deploy the new capacities needed for wind and solar fast enough. Those technologies are cheap today, but we need not only the cost, but also other environmental aspects. We need the regulatory frameworks to be in place. We need the workers that can implement those new technologies, and we also need the public acceptance, which is not always guaranteed. And because we need to do this transition really fast, it's important that all these issues are in place and help us deploy the needed capacities.